Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy. Today I have another book haul for y'all. This one's coming from Book Outlet. They just have the greatest prices and you can get so many books for such a great price, especially if you're trying to build your bookshelf. I listen to books a lot, and if I really like that book, I like to have it on my shelf. So with Book Outlet, that gives me the opportunity to do that. Plus also just give me the opportunity to buy books at a great discounted price that I want to read. I'm not just buying books just to buy the books, I promise. I really do want to read these books. So I have a nice little box here, and we're just going to go through. I don't really remember. I remember a little bit what I got, but it'll be a surprise. Put it together. Some of this paper. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. I forgot I got that. Good thing I didn't order. I almost ordered one of these books yesterday because I forgot I got that one too. Why did I order? What was it on? Oh, I think I was on Book Outlet website, and I saw this book, and I put it on my wish list. I don't need to take it out now because I have it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books for $40. Yeah. Since I was just talking about this one, well, you didn't know what I was talking about, but this is the book I was talking about. I have it in my, put it on my wish list for on Book Outlet because I was just going through last night and looking for actual books that I already read or listened to that I wanted on my shelf. So I was putting a bunch of them in my wish list, and this was one of them. I came across it not because I've already read it, but because I want to read it. I've heard very good things about it. This is I Found You by Lisa Jewell. I have come to discover that I really enjoy Lisa Jewell's writing and just her books in general. Then She Was Gone was such a good book. In fact, I did put that one in my wish list. I've already listened to that book. I actually have like a book talk on it. I'll link it down below if you want to go check it out. But yeah, this one is about, on the back it says, in the windswept British seaside town of Riding House Bay, single mom Alice Lake finds a man sitting on the beach. Oh, now I remember about this. He has no name and no idea how he got there. Meanwhile, in a London suburb, newlywed Lily Monrose grows anxious when her husband fails to return home from work, but the police soon deliver even more disturbing news. The man she married never truly existed. It says 20 years earlier, Gray and Christy Ross are teenagers on a summer holiday with their parents. The annual trip to Riding House Bay is uneventful until an enigmatic young man starts paying extra attention to Christy. Something about him makes Gary uncomfortable. Who are these people? And it's not just because he's a protective older brother. Who is this man on the beach? Where is Lily's husband? And whatever happened to the man who made such a lasting impression on Gray? Who's Gray? I guess we'll find out once we read it. But yeah, it sounded really good, like a mysterious man. He doesn't know who he is. But then he may possibly have another life. Yes, all about it. The next one I have is an Unwanted Guest by Sherry Lapina. I've read only one other of her books. I do have a couple next door on my TBR. That's my TBR shelf back there. I keep all the books that I have not read yet on that shelf. I have a bookshelf over there that has books that I've read. I have read A Stranger in My House or something like that by Sherry Lapina, which was really good. This one I hear very, very good things about. I hear that it's sort of like a, it's mainly a mystery, sort of like the game Clue, which I love Clue. I love like the movie and like the older movie intake that they did with Clue. So I was really excited to hear about this book as being like kind of like a Clue type mystery. It's winter in the Catskills, and Mitchell's Inn, nestled deep in the woods, is the perfect setting for a relaxing, maybe even romantic weekend getaway. It boasts spacious old rooms with huge wood-burning fireplaces, a well-stocked wine cellar, and opportunities for cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, or just curling up with a good murder mystery. So when the weather takes a turn for the worse and a blizzard cuts off the electricity and all contact with the outside world, the guests settle in and try to make the best of it. Soon, though, one of the guests turns up dead, and it looks like an accident. But when a second guest dies, everyone starts to panic. Within the snowed-in paradise, something or someone is picking off the guests one by one. And there's nothing they can do but hunker down and hope they can survive the storm and one another. Hell yes. Next up is Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Penborough. I think that's how you say it. It's got a big 25% off sticker up there, but that's okay. This one, once again, I've heard a lot about. I believe this involves like a cheating type concept. She falls in love or has an affair with her employer, but he's married. He ends up being married, and then, you know, shit goes down. Let's see what it says. Louise, a single mom and secretary, is deeply embarrassed when she discovers that the man who sweet-talked and kissed her in the bar on a rare night out is her new boss, David. And Adele, new to town and lonely, who invited Louise for coffee after they bumped into each other on the street. Adele is David's wife. From the outside, David and Adele look like the picture-perfect husband and wife. But then why is David so controlling? And why is Adele so scared? As Louise is drawn further into David and Adele's orbit, she uncovers more puzzling questions. The only thing that is crystal clear is that something in this marriage is very, very wrong. But Louise can't guess how wrong or how far a person might go to protect their marriage secrets. Excited about that. Next, I have Truly Madly Guilty by Leanne Moriarty. Moriarty, something like that. Of course, she wrote Big Little Lies. I've actually been a fan of her books. I have a lot of her stuff on Audible, and I actually have one ready to listen to. I think it's called The Hypnotist or something like that. But I'm a big fan of her writing. I have not yet listened to anything of her work that I did not enjoy. So I have this one and I think another. Oh, I bought in my last haul from Barnes & Nobles, I bought 9 Perfect Strangers. I think that's like one of her newer releases. She also wrote The Husband's Secret, which was really good. I listened to that one on audio. The Hypnotist Love Story. I had that one ready to go on Audible. What Alice Forgot. That one's really good too. I listened to that one. So I'm really excited. Oh, here's her list right here. I have not read or listened to The Last Anniversary. It's Big Little Lies, The Husband's Secret, The Hypnotist Love Story, What Alice Forgot, The Last Anniversary, and Three Wishes. I have not read or listened to those last two. Neither this one nor 9 Perfect Strangers. So this one says, Sam and Clementine have a wonderful, albeit busy life. If there's anything they can count on, it's each other. Clementine and Erica are each other's oldest friends. But theirs is a complicated relationship. So when Erica mentions a last-minute invitation to a barbecue with her neighbors, Tiffany and Vid, Clementine and Sam don't hesitate. Having Tiffany and Vid's larger-than-life personalities, there will be a welcome respite. 2 months later, it won't stop raining, and Clementine and Sam can't stop asking themselves the question, what if we hadn't gone? What if they hadn't gone to the barbecue? Okay. We'll check it out. Next, I have The Chalk Man by C.J. Tudor. This one just sounded really intriguing to me. It sounded more like just a good thriller, almost maybe kind of horror aspect to it, and I actually have not read any horror. I'm kind of scared of it, but I would like to maybe expand maybe my reading genre. I don't know, but I'm kind of interested into maybe start reading into horror. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to like take baby steps because I get scared. Even though I love like scary movies and I love mystery thrillers. I love like the whole idea of being scared, but I don't really want to be scared kind of thing. I know, sounds weird. But anyway, this one has a really long synopsis. But it says, in 1986, that's another creepy aspect. I love when things like go back to like, the 80s was like a scary time. 70s and 80s seem like super scary time to me, even though I was born in the 70s. But it just seems like a really creepy time. Every time I read something about like the 1980s or something like that, I'm like, ooh, this is going to be creepy. In 1986, Eddie and his band of misfit friends are on the verge of adolescence. Bonded by mutual awkwardness and a yearning for excitement, they spend their days biking around their English village looking for adventure. The chalk men are their secret code, little chalk stick figures they draw for each other as hidden messages, warning of bullies or signifying meeting spots. But one morning, Eddie finds a chalk man directing him into the nearby woods. He follows the message only to find the dismembered body of a teenage girl. That is the day when everything changes. And then it goes on to talk more in 2016, Eddie is a grown man working as a teacher. But I don't want to read too much into it. That right there, that part right there, like just got me. And I was like, I need to read this. But yeah, I'm excited to read. I heard it was really good. Next up, I have The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pinkinen. This one's kind of torn. I kept going back and forth with this book. I would put it in my cart, I'd take it out my cart, back and forth, because it just sounded like something I was just like not sure I would like. I was thinking, okay, The Wife Between Us. Obviously, this is something about like maybe a love triangle, and maybe the one that she's having an affair with, or maybe he's having an affair with a woman, and then she turns psycho, kind of thing. That's kind of what I just, before reading anything about it, that's what I get from just the title of this book. But I heard it's a lot more than that. It says, when you read this book, you will make many assumptions. You will assume you are reading about a jealous ex-wife. You will assume she is obsessed with her replacement, a beautiful younger woman who is about to marry the man they both love. You will assume you know the anatomy of this tangled love triangle. Assume nothing. And that's all it gives you, which I absolutely love. It does say, twisted and deliciously chilling, The Wife Between Us deftly explores the hidden complexities of marriage and the dangerous truths we ignore in the name of love. Read between the lines. I'm excited. Really, really excited. And lastly, I got Her Every Fear by Peter Swanson. I don't know what made me get this one. I have not heard anything about it. I kind of liked the color, the whole black and white kind of thing with like a hot mystery guy up here and with some blue thrown in. I just really liked the cover. And I think I read a little bit about it and I was like, ooh, this sounds really good. Again, it's got a really long synopsis. Kate Pretty was always a bit neurotic, but after an ex-boyfriend kidnapped her and nearly ended her life, her bouts of anxiety began exploding into full-blown panic attacks. When Carbon Dale, a cousin in Boston, suggests the two temporarily swap apartments, Kate agrees, hoping that time away in a new place will help her overcome the past traumas of her life. Okay, yeah, I remember reading this on Book Outlet and I was like, oh, this sounds really good. So basically, she goes to her cousin's apartment to maybe escape something while he's not there. And then someone turns up dead in the apartment complex, and it's put on her cousin, Carbon. And so she's wondering if, like, he really did it, is he innocent? And I think she, like, tries to look into that. Something like that. But at Carbon's grand apartment on Beacon Hill, Kate makes a shocking discovery. His next-door neighbor, a young woman named Audrey, has been murdered. When the police question her about Carbon, a shaken Kate has few answers but many questions of her own, and her curiosity intensifies when she meets Alan, a handsome tenant who lives across the country yard. No. Who lives across the courtyard. Yes. Alan saw Carbon come and go from Audrey's place, yet Carbon's denied knowing her. Then Kate runs into a man claiming to be the dead woman's old boyfriend who insists Carbon did the deed. Carbon proclaims his innocence and calms Kate's nerves until she comes across disturbing objects hidden in the apartment. Could Carbon really be a killer? And what about Alan? Kate finds herself drawn to this appealing man who seems so sincere, but she isn't sure. Jet-lagged and emotionally fragile, her imagination full of dark images, Kate can barely trust herself, let alone a stranger she's just met. Yet the danger Kate imagines isn't nearly as twisted as what is about to happen, when her every fear becomes very real, and much, much closer than she thinks. Yeah, I thought this just sounded really good, but I haven't heard anything about it or seen it around BookTube or anything. So I figured I would check it out myself because I just like the cover. So that's it. 7 books for $40 at Book Outlet. Such a good deal. So excited about all these. And these I was truly really have been wanting to get. When I walk into Barnes & Nobles, there's so much that I want, but I have to take it down a notch because it gets expensive. So this is just a really good way to, especially, of course they're not going to always have anything new that comes out right away, but then you never know. Some things pop up on their website. You just have to kind of keep checking. I already have about 5 more books on my wish list that are ready to go in the cart, but those I have actually already read. I just want to add them to my bookshelf just because I really enjoyed the books. I enjoyed listening to them, and I just want to have them in my collection kind of thing. So that's a good way to purchase things on Book Outlet. Amy from the future, I somehow lost the rest of the footage from my from this video that you were previously watching before this clip. So I'm just here to come on to tell you thank you so much for watching my Book Outlet haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Come follow me on all my social medias. All that will be linked down below. I'll also link the Book Outlet website so you can go check them out. Such a good website to find some really great priced books. Not affiliated with them at all. I'll also link the books that I got in this video down below as well. So yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. Sorry that that happened. I was editing it today and I could not find the last bit of footage. I don't know where it went. I was talking and it just cut off. So I don't know if I thought I had it and I didn't. I'm not sure what happened, but I can't find it anywhere. So sorry about that. Thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.